Hi Aries, welcome to your May reading. So, you have a major change happening around the 16th, 15th, 16th, when Uranus is coming out of your sign and entering Taurus for 7 years. So, expect some sudden changes, expect some shifts when it comes to relationships or a career situation, one or the other, or both. Just expect a little bit of a change in the dynamic of your relationships or in the dynamic of your workplace. It's just you need to focus on just being a little bit more flexible. So just be mindful of that when you're having these changes, and you can better prepare for it. So I'll talk more about your predictive astrology in the extended reading, which will be in a Vimeo link down below. It should be up in a day or two. So look for that. You have a lot of activity happening in your second house. So focusing on money, focusing on finance and savings and loans. So make sure you are paying attention to your finances this month and not overspending or spending on certain things that you don't normally buy, but you're feeling like you need to buy it. That urge will be a little bit dangerous for you this month, so just be mindful of that. And then we'll dig more into that in the extended reading. But you guys, your energy right now is, on the surface, you are happy, you are good, you are, for the most part, content. That's the right word. You're content, and I know you're not really looking for any specific answers right now, so I'll give you guys just a general piece of advice. I would say continue as you have been, but just be more mindful of your interactions with others, because they might feel like you're leaving them behind. They might start to feel like you're leaving them in the dust. And not that you don't care or that you're not concerned about them. They just might feel like, wow, this Aries is shining. This Aries is busy. This Aries is focused. They know what they're doing. But they might feel a little insecure, and they might feel like, oh, well, if they're having all this success and having all this love and all these opportunities, then they're gonna leave me, or they're going to not be as excited to see me. So just be mindful of that, especially if you have a earth sign in your life. Just pay attention to how they are. Just be mindful that they might be feeling like you are excelling. And I know you guys just took a big jump, a big leap of faith when it came to relationship stuff or career stuff. Look at you, Aries, every single time. Almost every reading, the sun comes out for you. And this is your surface. This is your everyday go-to. I don't want to say facade, because I don't feel like you guys are being fake. I feel like you guys are, for the most part, content. And you don't really dig down deep or bother to dig down deep if you don't really need to. So after you took this big jump, and I know it made you happy. I know that for most of you, if it was a career thing, it solidified, or it solidified your worth or your value. You're feeling a little bit more valued, and that could be with a promotion or a new position or getting into a new relationship. But this is the majority of how it always is every month for you guys. You guys are just content. you feel like but you always feel like things could get better. But for the most part, you're content. I also wanted to talk about being vulnerable, if I can talk. Vulnerability. I can't even talk right now, you guys. Vulnerability. Okay. Being vulnerable. See, I can't even say it because I feel like you guys don't even want me to say it. You guys are just like, no, don't say the word. Being vulnerable is difficult for you guys. Not to say that you don't do it, but it takes a lot. And it takes a lot of energy and effort. And it takes a lot of patience, which I know you guys are working on patience. But I see you guys opening up more and being a little bit more vulnerable, or being forced to because of this major shift with Uranus entering Taurus. It's going to affect you emotionally. And being vulnerable, when you're most vulnerable, it's usually when we're in our bed or we're at home and we're chilling and we're just, we have our ugly or comfy PJs on or nothing on or whatever it is. And that's when you are the most exposed. And I know that if you guys are intimate with somebody, it is difficult to be double exposed. So if you're at your comfortable state and you're in your comfy clothes and then you're forced to open up emotionally at the same time, you start to feel like overwhelmed. So what I would say is if you're having those moments of having to open up and be vulnerable, then make sure you are, to feel more comfortable, that you're fully dressed and you're put together, like if you, or not in your home, in your safe space. So make sure if you're going to have a moment of, whether it's confrontation or whether it is just opening up and expressing your feelings, just make sure that you are not double exposed and not being pressured. So you're not in your bed or somewhere where you feel like you can't just get up and walk away easily. So maybe do it at a coffee shop if you're having to confront somebody or talk to somebody, or, do it outside or whatever. But I'm just forewarning you guys, if you have to have a vulnerable moment, try not to do it when you're in bed at your most vulnerable state. Wow. 9 of Cups and Temperance. So talking about the finance situation, tempering yourselves. So just make sure that you're not overspending or overindulging in anything like drinking or drugs or whatever it is. Just don't overindulge in anything. And that could be anything. Eating. So binging on anything. Just make sure you're watching yourself when it comes to that. That's what the cards are saying. And that is what your astrology is saying as well. 9 of Cups, your fulfillment of wishes. Like I said, you guys are, this is your surface. This is your base level or surface level. And it's digging down deep to get to your feelings is going to be very tricky this month. And that may make you feel, when you're vulnerable, you may start to feel out of control. And I know you guys like to be in control, right? So just make sure you're watching that. And if you're starting to feel like you're spiraling or starting to get angry or frustrated, just be mindful that we need to be flexible this month with the changes that are happening with Uranus. And some people call it Uranus. It's a planet. You can say it however you want to say it. I used to say Uranus, but that's not really the proper way to say it, but you guys can say it however you want. Uranus. Ace of Cups. Beautiful. That new beginning of an overwhelming amount of either love or peace or a brand new beginning in the way you're feeling about somebody. So maybe this breakthrough that you're going to have, this breakthrough of being vulnerable, maybe it's going to benefit you. Looks like it is. It looks like you guys will reap the rewards of opening up emotionally. I know it's going to be difficult, but if you have a significant other or if you have someone in your life that is really close to you, family member, friend, exposing and opening up yourself to them will make them feel more comfortable around you and make them feel closer to you, because I know it's difficult for you guys, but it's okay. It's gonna be okay. And you'll have a new perspective on what a real friendship is and what real love is. You'll have a different perspective. These are beautiful cards, Aries. You guys are such strong, beautiful people. Aha, there it is. This is what we're going to dig into in the extended reading. We have gotten to the deeper level. What is holding you down? What is making you feel? What is making you feel held down? What is making you feel like you want to break the chains and break free? And on a deeper level, this is how you are seen, and this is what's going on underneath. So we have a huge dynamic of the Sun, Nine of Cups, Temperance, Ace of Cups, and the Devil card. So if you have a Capricorn in your life, that's a different situation. Then it's a Capricorn coming into your life possibly as a new love interest or a new soulmate kind of interest. But if you don't have a Capricorn in your life, then it is this energy of being tied down to something, and it's frustrating you. And you need to make sure that you remember your self-worth, and you remember that being flexible when it comes to your emotions is going to benefit you, and you won't feel so trapped within your emotions. This is a trapped kind of feeling that I'm getting. So we're going to dig into that in the extended, and I'm excited to do that because whether it's love or career, it feels like something is just not budging. You kind of feel like you're running in place on a deeper level. And I know you guys don't always want to go deep, but we'll talk about it. And then we have Eight of Cups, and then we have Nine of Swords. Okay. Yep. So we're going to dig into that and your predictive astrology. And look for that in a couple days down in the link below. And if you guys want a private reading, my website is linked down below as well. And then follow me on Instagram at Palladian Star Goddess Tarot if you guys don't already do so. Thank you, Aries. I love you. I can't wait to dig deeper with this situation. This is going to be interesting. I'm excited to see what else comes out with your Goddess, Oracle, and Angel cards. All right. Bye, Aries.